Hi crafters, this is Jerry with Crafty Stash. Well, this is a video that Becky, one of my viewers, had a question about, and I thought I would just do it for you so you could see what she was talking about. And I don't know that I have a solution, but we'll see. She was doing she had a Gemini, a new Gemini, and she was cutting and embossing her Anna Griffin dies. So here's a couple of Anna Griffin dies, and I'll show you what happened to her, and let's see if this happens to me. A couple of Anna Griffin dies that need that can be embossed. Okay, so I'm using some Tim Holtz paper here, so you know the texture of that, the thickness of that. I'm using my top plate. I'm using my magnetic shim. I put my dies face up, cut up, upside down paper, my plastic shim, and my, the other which way around, plastic shim on the bottom of that, magnetic shim, all of that, and then my cut plate up. All right, and I want to cut into my plastic shim. All right, so let's do that real quick. Okay, so I put my, what I do is I use my junior plates and all of that, and I put it in my large Gemini, so it doesn't take that much longer. Okay, all right, you see it's going to cut my cut plate, of course, that's not a problem. And there it is, cut perfectly fine. Okay, now I want to emboss, so I will do the same thing. The top plate, the plastic shim, my dies with the paper in it. Now I have to take the magnetic shim out. Sarah for Crafters Companions always said, and anybody who has it, you can't use both shims, black shims. So you have to use either the magnetic plate or the embossing plate, and we'll see. Well, let's see how this works. Okay. So we have that. Now this is the embossing shim sheet and my cut plate on top. Okay, let's put this through. Okay, now I've done this before and something's happened, so let's see if it happens again. Here's my cut plate, here's my plastic shim, and yes indeed it happened again. All right, you'll see that when I take them out, these are embossed beautifully. Okay, and here's this, and this embosses just fine. All right, Anna Griffin dies, put those over here. Now as you can see, I've done these before on different paper. This was some inexpensive Michael's cardstock, and it embossed okay and cut fine. Now the issue is the Becky had, and obviously I'm having here too, is that it's cutting through the embossing sheet. Not all the way through, not all of it, but some of it. And here is the one that I just did. This is the one I did earlier. And this didn't cut through quite as much. Might have something to do with the thickness of the paper. I don't know. Why different here than here with this? But nonetheless, it did cut through. It shouldn't do that. All right. So I think it's the die. The die is thicker, obviously. This is meant, the machine is meant for Crafters Companion products. They're not as thick. So, in order to prove that, I went ahead and cut and embossed all my papers. I cut and embossed a Crafter's Companion. Now, this was, you can see it cut and embossed fine. It did not cut through my my sheet at all, and it did a great job. So I'm thinking that that is, and I'm just taking these out for the first time. Now, this paper that I used is a very thick paper. There you go. It's beautiful, huh? Did a great job on that. Get some white paper to back it with. Okay. Cut it and embossed perfectly. Now, what this cardstock is, this is a an old file folder. So if you know old file folders, they're very thick. So this is very thick cardstock. And I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but it did not do anything to my shim. So I'm just thinking that Anna Griffin's dies are thicker somehow, and they do look thicker there. This one is the Crafter's Companion. I don't know if you can tell, but it is thicker. So I think that that's it. And so if you're using Anna Griffin dies and embossing them, you're doing it at your own risk of tearing up your sheet. Now, how I got around that is I did it again, but this is what I did. I took my cut plate, I took my Anna Griffin dies with the dies in them, the paper in them. So let's just put it back in here just to make believe. So prior to embossing, okay, I put them face, actually here, I did on my clear plate, I put them face up, so the cutting side is up, and then I put a piece of cardboard in. Now, this is what it did to the cardboard. It cut almost clear through, and it embossed fine. I put that through, and then I just put my top plate, plastic shim and top plate, and it went through. So let's just try it again. So I'll show you. I'll do it on the side that I didn't, or let's just do it on the opposite side. So I put the top sheet, the dies, oops, the cardboard, the plastic shim, and my cut plate. Okay, so this is acting as a cushion in order to emboss. So I'll put it through real quick. It did go through. So here's the cut plate, the plastic shim, piece of cardboard, and my top plate. Okay, these are all off there. These are the old ones, these are the new ones. Okay, so they were embossed before, and here they are. Both times it did cut through. So my advice is just use a piece of cardboard, rather than a shim, the plastic shim. All you need really is some kind of foam that's going to give it some cushion in order to press into those embossing pieces. See how I even embossed this. So use a piece of cardboard. That's my advice to you when you're using a Anna Griffin die through your Gemini. And it's because the Gemini has such pressure and it cuts so well that it's going to cut through anything. Now, it's not meant to use with Anna Griffin dies. It's meant to be used with Crafter's Companion dies. So use at your own risk, and risk ruining your unfortunately ruining your embossing sheet. All right, so I sacrificed my sheet to show Becky that this is what happened, and I'm happy to do it. I do have some extras of these, but you know, use the Anna Griffin dies in your Gemini at your own risk. I don't have an emboss, Anna Griffin emboss, so I don't know how that works. I don't know the sandwiches or the structures of those. So there you go. That's my video. I hope this helps Becky, and I hope it helps anybody else. If anyone out there has another sandwich idea to use Anna Griffin dies to emboss them through your Gemini, let me know. Put them in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate that, and you can pass that information along, and I will pass it along to my viewers too. Okay? Thanks for crafting with me, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.